Imagine getting your engagement broken in front of everyone. And instead of crying, you send the prince flying across the ballroom. That's basically the energy of may I ask for one final thing. And honestly, it's more satisfying than it has any right to be. Today, let's talk about why this villainous but not quite series is way more fun than you might expect, whether it's worth your time, and what kind of viewers will actually enjoy it. May I ask for one final thing, anime review? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, this is where we break down anime without major spoilers, so you can decide what to watch next. If that sounds good, consider sticking around till the end. So, what is may I ask for one final thing about? On the surface, it looks like another noble lady drama. Scarlet is a duke's daughter whose engagement to the second prince is suddenly broken at a party after she is accused of being a typical evil noble girl. But instead of collapsing, apologizing, or getting isekai, Scarlet basically says, "Before I leave, may I ask for one final thing?" and then proceeds to absolutely wreck him. That one line is the core of the whole series. She's elegant, but she is also terrifyingly strong and refuses to play the victim. The show then follows her dealing with the fallout of that moment, politics, relationships, and the way her true personality doesn't match what society expects from a noble lady. Big plot twists spoiled here. The fun is watching how far she'll go once she stops pretending. Scarlet carries the entire story. She's not just nice or cute, she's more like a final boss, pretending to be a lady. On one side, she's polite and composed. On the other side, she's brutally straightforward and physically overwhelmed when pushed. What makes her interesting is that the show actually lets her to be overpowered and emotionally grounded. She doesn't mop forever about being dumped. She redirects that energy into living on her own terms. That alone already separates her from a lot of similar heroines. The support cast leans into her chaos very well. You get people who are terrified of her, people who admire her, and a love interest who actually has to keep up with her instead of just rescuing her. The chemistry is more about banter and respect than pure fluff, which makes their interactions fun to watch. Genre wise, this sits between romance, comedy, and light political drama with a sprinkle of action. If you enjoy Otome Sekai vibes, villainous stories, or girl snaps and stops being nice, this is basically tailored for you. The tone bounces between hilarious over the top scenes, like Scarlet casually doing things no noble lady should be able to do, and moments that genuinely look at expectations placed on women in noble society. It never becomes super dark, but it does use comedy to highlight unfair systems. The story is pretty straightforward. There's the initial engagement breakup, the shockwave it sends through the society, and then Scarlet navigating her new role in this world. No need for complicated world building lectures. The show explains just enough to make the politics understandable. If you like character driven shows where the main appeal is watch this woman dominate every situation, the pacing works well. Visually, may I ask for one final thing, isn't trying to be a huge Sakuga showcase, but it does a solid job presenting Scarlet as a force of nature. Her facial expressions, going from refined lady to don't mess with me in 1 second, sell a lot of the comedy. The color palette leans into that aristocratic fantasy vibe, elegant ballrooms, noble costumes, and clean character designs. When the action happens, it's more about how surprising it is that she's that she is doing this, rather than super detailed choreography. For what it sets out to do, may I ask for one final thing? Is a really entertaining is a really entertaining ride. It takes a familiar setup, a noble lady being humiliated at a party, and flips it completely by asking, what if she just refused to be the tragic heroine and become everyone's worst nightmare instead? If you are in the mood of something satisfying, character driven, and a little unhinged in the best way, this is definitely worth giving a few episodes. At the very least, that one final thing scene is iconic enough to make it memorable. So, what do you think? Would you side with Scarlet or do you think she goes too far? Let me know in the comments. No heavy spoilers for the people who are just starting. If you enjoy this review, hit like so more people who love fantasy and strong heroines can find it. Subscribe for more spoiler light anime reviews and tell me which series you want to be covered next. Thanks for watching and remember always be careful when someone politely asks for one final thing.